Hello again, everyone. Gilmer here, and this is episode 13 of my Let's Play Pacific War. I guess I just called it a Let's Play. I've been calling it a playthrough, but either way, it is the same thing. I'm doing exactly the same thing no matter what I call it. And I believe that I am going to move them up a little bit, and then I'll disband them and let them repair a little bit. And I have plenty of surface ships, and I also have plenty of... There's only 3. That's right. Oh, crap. Let me 2 pull, and then get pull. So now there's 2 of them in each little stack right there. And so, let's see. The Black Force Regiment, the 6th Cavalry Brigade, and the 3rd Infantry Brigade. And they're all still attached to CMF. I guess I don't remember this game as well as I think I do, because I was thinking, unless it was changed in the patch, the unofficial patch, I was thinking these combat forces, these land forces, detached and became available pretty quickly in the game, but it hasn't really happened. And I also remember the Americal division coming in pretty quickly as well, but I guess I'm wrong on that as well. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that I just didn't know, or I don't remember very well, or how that worked. But let's see. W, and we moved a whole bunch up there, and let's deactivate them, because when they have the money symbol, they're deactivated, and they can't do anything with 21 readiness. You have to have 50 or better readiness to be able to march your troops. And what the hell? What am I doing here? There we go. You have to have 50% or better readiness to be able to march your troops. And these I just marched from Port Moresby, and so, maybe I should wait until they get there before I do this attack. So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate them as well, and then we'll see next turn what happens. Next turn I'll activate them, because that's the turn I'll have these troops marching in. So I know I'm probably missing something, and part of what I'm missing is this, I think. Yeah. Probably should have them on training. Although, as you can see, as I mentioned in my last episode, their fighter experience is 79. That's not bad for... And their torpedo bombers are 80 experience. That's not too bad for ships that have not actually been in combat yet. Your experience usually goes up more quickly when you actually have combat, and you do well in combat. You're not losing a whole bunch of airplanes. As you might have known, or you noticed when I looked at the, if I know where they are, there they are. See how these guys are at 73? They were in the 60s actually, and they've actually gotten up into the 70s. So the American or the USA experience levels are just, I think they started out about 10 points below the British experience levels. Well, wait a minute, that guy's at 73 as well. Maybe it was just that aircraft carrier. But anyway, regardless of all that, most of the American, and we're moving the Mississippi and the Idaho and the cruiser Vincennes to Hawaii. Alright, so I'm going to process a turn. I'm going to save it first, and then I want to process a turn. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we're going to lose. We're going to lose that. still a little worried about the troops in India. Although I probably could, at some point, split them up and at least get bigger forces. That'd give them more combat value. There we go. Our PBYs are doing good, or I think that was a PBY that destroyed that submarine. There's still some ships sitting. Well, they didn't do anything. Damn it. They'll take those troops right out of that place immediately, and it'll be a sitting duck for me when I want to retake it. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter if they take that island, because it's not very strategically important. Oh, here we go. Some more. There you go. Ha! Destroyed every one of their ships that time. 3 ships. Nice. Nicely done. They can ill afford to lose ships. Or, we can ill afford to lose AP transport ships, but they can too, so that was pretty important. I mean, in the big scheme of things, not that important. It was 3 ships, but you'd be surprised at how important those troop transports get after a while. I mean, obviously, the Pacific Ocean is most of the attacks you're going to do are amphibious, so you really do need those troop transports, because you can't march them around all those islands. Yeah, they're eventually gonna give up the ghost. It's the beginning of April of 42. So that's a somewhat important time, I think. I think that's when we get the Wasp, another aircraft carrier. So maybe we're really to the point where we can start doing some offensive operations. I can be offensive. Try me. No, just kidding. Yeah, we can start actually trying to do some amphibious landings. We will have a surface combat force, and I don't know if we should use some of them as a bombardment force or not, but either way, crap. Get them. There we go. They didn't get us. Good. Either way, we will have enough. Why is my mouse acting weird? I hope my mouse battery's not going. The Hornet. I was thinking it was the Wasp. Very similar names. I knew I got an aircraft carrier at the beginning of April, though. Okay, so let's create air combat. And we're actually going to go all the way here, because they have to kind of go around the whole thing. So, I mean, I guess that surface combat ship needs to as well, but I also wanted to pick up. What happened to the Idaho? Oh, that's where they're both sitting there. So we'll pick up the New Mexico, the Tennessee. Really, the others aren't really. I don't really want to move the Nevada and the Pennsylvania, because they're almost 0.25% or 25% damaged, and moving them will just make them more damaged, and then they'll have to sit out even longer. So that's a nice little 4 battleship group. Put some some cruisers around it, and it'll be a good little combat force. And yeah, the AI, I think, and it might be considered gamey, I don't know, but the AI APs doesn't build the kind of surface combat forces that a human player would. They don't put 15 total ships in it. I always put 15 total ships because when you get into surface combat, the battleships and the cruisers, I mean, not the cruisers, yeah, the cruisers, I'm sorry. The battleships and the cruisers kind of focus on each other. Very rarely they'll attack a destroyer, and then the light cruisers and the destroyers kind of focus on each other, and it kind of builds out that way. Now the battleships sometimes will attack a cruiser or a destroyer in a surface combat situation, but most times they're going to attack the other battleship. So I kind of try to get a good amount of battleships and a good amount of cruisers and light cruisers, and then you kind of overwhelm their capital ships in their surface combat forces. So what I want to do here is march. And let's go ahead and activate. And activate. And we'll see if that E. Herring, is he the best guy? No, he's not. We're going to put Lavarack. These guys must be they're not USA commanders. They're foreign commanders. Foreign in the sense of they're CMF, whatever the CMF is, and actually we could probably look at it. Find an HQ. CMF is, I mean, it's located, the overall headquarters is located in Brisbane, so it's part of the Commonwealth. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it is part of the Commonwealth. So the Lavarack is probably a British general, and I'll actually look that up before I post this video, but I'll look up Lieutenant General J. Lavarack. I don't remember him from when I've played this game before, but that's not necessarily that big of a deal because there are plenty of people or generals that I never even used. Replenish. Okay, so now they got full. They got full fuel and are ready to rock and roll. Let's see how this is going up here, if we've received any more combat. Oh, yeah, 70th Infantry Division. And, of course, that Chinese division we've already looked at before, but I guess they're going to sit at right at 798 power. We haven't looked at production lately, production of airplanes. SBD Dauntless. You can't change that. That's fine by me. F4F, the P40. The P40, yeah, it's still. The hell is that noise? There's a gonging noise going on. It's going boom, 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 boom. Maybe it's somebody who's got a real good stereo system in their car. Maybe they're blasting their music. I'm going to leave these guys here. And the reason I'm going to leave them here is because it's almost to draw in the Japanese and see if they'll try to take one of these two ports. And if they do, that Buffalo, I don't necessarily want to leave that Buffalo there. But he can't make it there. So I wonder if I can change him to something. Hurricane 2B. Let's see if that's enough. No, shit, no. I guess I might have to take them this way. Air transfer. I don't want to lose them. I mean, even if it is airplanes that I don't think are all that good, I don't want to lose them. Because you never know, they might allow you to change. Although the Hurricane 2B, I think, is supposed to be pretty decent. 23 dogfight, 8 cannon, range 3, durability 24. Look at that. So the other one was the Hurricane 2B was a 23, and this is a 24. Its cannon was 8, and this is 12. The range is exactly the same, and the durability is exactly the same. So this is a much better fighter, to be honest. Maybe eventually we can change that Hurricane 2B to something that will be worthwhile. And then they have a production place down here as well. I've got those producing P-40 Warhawks and B-25 Mitchells. That's still good. Yeah, they're slowly but surely getting a little bit of damage taken off. They're eventually going to get there. I don't want them there. Although, if I'm going to be disbanding these task forces so much, I might not want to have all the ships in the same place because it gets kind of confusing, to be honest. You start going, well, what do I have here? And then you have so many ships that you don't know what you're doing with them. Let's see if we received any new land combat. That's new. The 158th is new. And see, it's attached to the Southwest Pacific. So that's actually, I think that's what happens. We receive some land forces that are attached to the Southwest Pacific, and they can be loaded immediately if we want. And then eventually these up here get released to the Southwest Pacific, and they're then good to go to be used in island hopping operations. So that's still in my hands, but I think they're going towards it, or somebody is somewhere. This airfield increased, so do we have any sitting around here? No. What do we have here? B-25s. We got P-40 Warhawks, so I have 2 fighter wings, and if I transfer in these Mitchells, one of them's a Marauder actually, they can do naval attacks, and they carry, I think, 500-pound bombs, so they'll work all right. I can change this to a B-25 Mitchell actually, and I'm pretty sure that is there another place where I have B-26s? Oh, there were some here. Okay, let's see. 12, 10, 30, 36. And the B-25 is 11, 11, 30, and 36. Range of 4. So they're really pretty close, actually. I was thinking they were different, but the only difference is this one has a better dogfight but has lesser cannon. And the other one has worse dogfight and better cannon, but their overall totals are about the same. I don't know if there's any reason. I used to think the Marauder wasn't as good, but whatever. We'll use it. We'll use them up. I always thought the B-25 was better for some reason. I wonder if they changed that in the unofficial patch. All right. Let's prosecute a turn. I'm going to click save, and we'll see if this land battle, happens. Yeah, they're getting close to surrender. Oh yeah. And see, they lost one squad and we lost no squads. That's fairly a fairly innocuous battle. But we have more troops than they do, and their troops are gaining experience and our troops are gaining experience. But because we have so much more troops, it's helping us more because we're gaining in total more experience than they are, if that makes sense. So they have smaller units who are gaining experience, but we have large units gaining experience, and it's just helping us better. Yeah, see, they're going to Macon Island. The next target will probably be Guadalcanal. Now, in the past, I have been very aggressive in defending Guadalcanal, and it's usually worked out pretty good, but I'm not really sure about this patch if it will. Oh, see, they're going to Guadalcanal now. I don't like that. I want that back because Guadalcanal. Okay, see, there is now we can run if we want to uh, missions against that Santa Cruz Island and increase the experience on our aircraft carrier airplanes. And oh, we got a long range attack on that, so they'll EXP up as well. And at the end of this return pass phase, we'll have another land battle, usually. And the way that works is that if the forces are fairly even, sometimes they won't attack, but if they outnumber the other forces pretty well, then they will attack. Oh, that time we what happened there is we missed a die roll or something, and we only attacked with a portion of our forces, and that's why we lost 7 squads and they lost only 1 squad, is because of that. And the reason that is that when you have some that have experience of less than 50, they have some kind of die roll to see if they actually attack at full force or they have some kind of malice, and they obviously had some kind of malice hit them, so we weren't quite as up to strength on that attack. But eventually, every one of them's EXP will be above 50, and they'll all attack at full force. And it could have something to do with the general as well. The general is a 6 for land, which it'll go all the way up to 9. So he's good. He's okay at 6 of 9, but he's not the best, obviously. But his rating will go up too as he wins battles. And I don't know if they consider that a battle won or not that we just had, but it looks like a loss to me because we lost 7 times. Well, 7 squads against 1 squad and 1 artillery, I think, or gun. So 2 to 7, that's still, I would consider that a loss. But next time, everybody should be up to readiness. Their readiness should be higher. Yeah, somebody's playing their music loud. I don't know if it's the people upstairs or somebody outside or what. or if somebody has their windows open, because that could be the case. Because it's really nice today. It was 78 when I was driving home. So we have plenty. I didn't even look. No, it looks like our airfield did not increase. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, see, our readiness has gone up. It's not quite what it could be. We really need to get some engineers in there and start building up this airfield and this airfield and this airfield. And once we do, we'll start, if we can gain air superiority over this area, then we'll start getting some automatic supply coming in from our automatic supply convoy system. But until that time, we're going to have to kind of do it ourselves, to be honest. Let's see what they look like damage-wise. See, all that damage. I'm going to have to arrest them. Okay. Remove, yes. Port. Yeah. Let's create air combat. No. Port. Boom, 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 boom. I can't remember what aircraft carrier it was, but one of these aircraft carriers fought with a lot of damage in World War II. They actually had received a lot of damage in the Coral Sea, and I think that they turned it around and got it into the Battle of Midway, and it was damaged pretty heavily, and it still went into battle, and it still was able to perform combat operations. So it's not like I have to wait until, they're all down to 5 damage or less. But I'm still kind of concerned, because if one of the airplanes, one of their aircraft gets lucky and comes in and gets a hit on one of these that's damaged, if it did 70 damage, I'd be sitting at 90, and it could very easily sink in the next few turns. So I'm a little concerned about that. But having said all that, I still want to experience my troops, my aircraft pilots. So when I get them here, we will run a couple of operations, or maybe 5 or 6 operations against Santa Cruz Island, and get the troops up to speed on experience. And then I fully expect them to be at 90. I can get them into the 90s doing that, and you really do want them into the 90s, because if you don't, you will suffer for that. W803, this 70th Infantry Division is ready to rock and roll. I'm going to move them here, just in case. I guess I'll move this Chinese division as well. And we'll deactivate them. And we will... Actually, I own this base, so when you own the base and you have troops in there, and I'm using General Lavarack, you can change that base, and that right there is currently attached to CMF. Now if I change that, change base, and I'm going to change it to, I'm not going to change it to the 4th Army. I want to change it to one of these. Let's go with Central Pacific. No, let's go with Southwest Pacific. Now, because I've changed that, attached to Southwest Pacific, when I do F1 leader, I get a whole different set of leaders I can choose from, and these are all the USA leaders. Actually, it says I can take Lavarack still, so that's probably part of the patch. I was hoping I would get Vandergrift, because I think he's a 7 at this point. Buckner he's at Kokoda right now. His aggression is 6. I kind of like that. I want to put him in charge. And we're going to go ahead and activate these and see if we don't get a better outcome than we did last time. I still have that guy moving. I still have that guy moving. There's nothing there. Are these port? These guys are pretty undamaged except this guy. Anybody down here? These are pretty damaged, so we're going to let them sit in port for a little while. What about... Yeah, still CMF. I want to run one more turn, and then I'll call it a night. I'm sitting at 31 minutes. I want to process another turn before I call it a night. W, no. This is up to full readiness. They're ready to go. So, I mean, they're not that big to worry about getting them into the battle. We can wait. I'll wait until some kind of bigger infantry division is ready to move as well. And I don't think any of these have a detach from the 4th Army yet. No. So, alright, let's just process one more turn. Why not? It'll only take a couple of minutes. This goes really quickly. These turns. Yeah, see, that was it. Once the odds are, I think, 125 to 1. Huh. Once the odds are 125 to 1, the other side will either retreat or surrender. If they have nowhere to retreat, they surrender. So keep that in mind. If you do an amphibious attack on an island and there's nowhere to retreat from, or if you're attacked on an island and there's nowhere to retreat from, you better win that battle or your troops are going to be completely gone. Just so you know. It might take a couple of turns before they surrender, but they will eventually surrender if the other side has superior forces. So just remember that. In where I am right now on the island of New Guinea, they'll be able to retreat. The Japanese forces will be able to retreat once I'm able to get them completely done. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all those ships. Hopefully we'll do some attacks. Oh, look, that's the aircraft carriers. They're going to use up their they're going to use up their aircraft on Port Moresby. Jeez. So they're really trying to get... See, they're bombarding my forces right now. They're really trying to get us weakened. But we have a place to retreat to, so I'm not too worried about that if we do get too weakened. I was hoping we would have some kind of attack on these battleships and damage them up a little. There we go. So as you can see, their air... there you go. Look at that. That's not bad. See, that's not their full aircraft carrier forces. That's just 2 aircraft carriers. They're not doing too much. They're not able to do much damage. These bombarding forces are what's doing the damage. But as long as I can keep them supplied, we'll be okay. We're going to run some more supply into Port Moresby. And then that supply will move across land. Crap. Oh, look at that. That's a CVE. There you go. Shit. We didn't get another hit. Oh, they moved in some more troops. But see, they attacked. So they really lost that battle. Oh, sink that CVE. Yeah, he's gone. He should be gone. He might not be, but we'll check the sunk ships report and see if he's gone or not. That was, remember, we've already sunk one CVE, and then that'll be another one. So if we sunk it, it will say 2 CVE sunk. Oh, oh, we got 2 CVEs. We sunk one with a submarine just then, and the other one sunk. It told us that the other one sunk just then as well. Nice. Want to get their full carriers sunk though at some point, which usually happens. Oh man. See, we only attacked with 19 squads. We have a lot more than that sitting there. So that was not good for us, but so this turn has been pretty interesting for me. Yeah, we tried to push them out of that port or that area on the island of New Guinea, and we couldn't get that done. And then they moved some more troops in there, and then we were attacking not necessarily a superior force, except by experience. Their troops are more experienced than us, so we probably have to deal with that part of it, and that's part of the reason why we lost. Damn. Damn. Leader promoted, General Buckner. I don't think that means anything. It's just informational and flavor for the game. I don't think it means that much, but he might have gone up in no, see, he hasn't gone up in actual battle. Look at that. Our readiness is down because they destroyed all our supply, or most of our supply. So we're not gonna do another attack. That's for damn sure. We're not gonna do it at this point. But yeah, let's take a look at sunk. So see, we've sunk 3 of their carrier escorts. So we're starting to whittle away at their navy. So just think about that. That's how you do it. You start with, oh, we got a new division. The 27th Infantry Division has just arrived at Pearl Harbor. Nothing there really. Let's see, aircraft. Not really. I mean, the F4Fs, these 2 air wings, they look like Marine Division air wings. Yeah. So anyway, that will end it for this episode. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.